Welcome back to sunny Norfolk. Glorious day once again. Was walking around the garden this morning and I noticed a tiny seedling. See if I can look. Tiny little thing, slight hairs on the leaves, doesn't look much. That's self-sown. What that is a baby Echium. I love Echiums. Really tropical looking plant to be able to grow in a cool climate. So that's the little baby seedling. If we take a walk over here, what we have here was a baby seedling last year that I left in. Lovely tropical lush looking leaves. Now Echiums hail from the Canary Islands. They grow. Hello Ruby. Ruby's just come travel up what's going on. They grow in poor soils, really free draining soils. So if you're on heavy clay, you're going to have a problem keeping them over winter. I'm on clay here, but if you can find the right location, this one's planted itself near the greenhouse, or have a raised bed or near to the house that'll offer some protection from the heaviest of the rain and the cold, you'll stand a good chance of growing these. Once they get past the stage you see in front of you, which is can be 2 years old, because they're actually a biennial, i.e. most biennials grow 1 year, flower the next, set seed and die. Sometimes Echiums can go 2-3 years before they send up the flower spike. When they do send up their spike, it's really quite magnificent. So if we walk this way, if I can get it without the sun, let's go round here. That is what you get in the second or third year. You get a magnificent flower spike that goes up and up and up. The bees absolutely love the flowers on Echiums. And what a plant to be able to grow in a UK garden. Doesn't seem feasible somehow that we can grow something like this. If we look at the bottom of this plant here, you'll see, can you see the way the stalk bends outwards? They do this. They just find their own space. I have seen them go 3, 4, 5 feet along the ground before they go up. So it's not a plant if you've got a really tidy garden, because it doesn't always tend to follow the rules of where you want it to be. Let me see if I can find you some bees. The bees adore them. And look at all those flowers. It's a fantastic plant for the garden. It will take cold boys in the winter. That's the problem. So to get them to that size, you need to get them past this size, or the seedling size. To get them to this size is a year, 2 years. If you're in a really cold part of the country, you're going to have to protect them in the winter. I tried to grow mine hard. I try not to protect them, but if you're going to have day after day below -5, you're going to have problems keeping them. I found if they've got a woody stem, I've found, let me see if I can get you in there. I found they stay better. If we just look in here, that one's already developing a woody stem. They keep that like that. Even sometimes, even if the frost nips them right back, you end up with 2 or 3 heads, never as big as a single head, but still well worth growing. occasionally, the one to the right we then looked at that's flowering, once last year I threw a builder's bag over it in the very coldest night. I don't think I really needed to bother. I've got some more in the front garden. I didn't cover them and they came through fine. So once the flowers have set, they form seeds. Seeds will be scattered everywhere. Now, I haven't planted any of these in their correct positions. They've planted themselves. I let the seeds blow around the garden where they want to go. If they end up in too open a space, nature will take its course in the winter and thin them out. If they find a position they like, they grow. Don't get me wrong, the original plant I planted in my old garden, these came with me. They must have come in pots of things I planted that I moved from the old garden and just sprung up. I planted one plant many years ago. If the winter is kind and they flower and grow, you get seeds everywhere. Even if the following couple of winters weren't so kind, what I found was the young plants were killed, but the year after that, up they'd pop again. The seed must remain viable. I used to grow them on my driveway in gravel. It must remain viable for several years, so it's almost like a protection thing. But yes, so there you are. Echiums come from the Canary Islands and grown in the UK. So you can go from that towering spectacle from this little seedling in 2 to 3 years. It's a fantastic plant, I think. Recommend it to anyone. Unless you're in really, really cold climates, I'd give them a try. That's about it from Heathcroft Garden for now. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And join me next time when we have a little look around the garden.